Disney, Wreck-It Ralph Sugar Rush. Wreck-It Ralph worked as the bad guy in a video game. Fix-It Felix worked as the good guy. The Nicelanders loved Felix. They gave him medals and pies. One night, Ralph had an idea. If he got a medal, he could be a good guy. But he would have to get it from another game. Ralph found a medal, but then he crash-landed in a game called Sugar Rush. A girl named Vanellope saw the medal and cried, "Race you for it!" "Give it back," Ralph demanded. But Vanellope held on to the medal. She thought it was a gold coin and wanted to use it to enter the Sugar Rush kart race. When Ralph found Vanellope, she was in a mud puddle. The other racers had wrecked her racing cart. "Leave her alone," Ralph shouted. Ralph chased the kids away. Then Vanellope offered him a deal. If he helped her build a new cart, she would return his medal when she won the race. Ralph agreed. Vanellope and Ralph sneaked inside the cart bakery. They were allowed to make 1 or 2 mistakes, but if they made a third, a mallet would smash their cart. First, Ralph and Vanellope made the batter. It was harder than they thought. "Too much batter," a game voice announced. It was their first mistake. Vanellope broke the mixer. That was their second mistake. "I'm gonna mix it," Ralph said, pounding the batter with his huge fists. Then into the oven it went. At last, a fully baked cart popped out. They tried to frost the cart, but ended up making a mess. "Fail," the game voice boomed. They had made too many mistakes. Ralph stopped the mallet from smashing the cart while Vanellope finished decorating. She threw on everything she could find, sprinkles, frosting, and bits of candy. The cart looked a little strange. But Vanellope loved it. "It's perfect," she cried. There was still one problem. "I don't know how to drive a real cart," Vanellope said. "If you're gonna race, you need to learn how to drive," Ralph said. He used his giant fists to pound out some stones so Vanellope could have a practice racetrack. Even though the track was ready, the cart was a mystery to both of them because Ralph couldn't drive either. Vanellope got going. Then something strange happened. Vanellope and her cart disappeared and reappeared in another spot. She had glitched. Vanellope zoomed around the track. Ralph had to admit she was a natural, maybe even a winner. "You're doing it," he said. Ralph and Vanellope headed to the Sugar Rush race. Vanellope was going to be a real racer, but now she wanted to win the race for Ralph, too. It was race time, but Vanellope and Ralph were late to the starting line. The other racers had already taken off. Vanellope zoomed ahead. The other racers bumped into Vanellope's cart trying to break it, but she was unstoppable. After a few glitches, Ralph helped Vanellope get across the finish line. Ralph realized he didn't need a medal after all. He already felt like a good guy.